Hey guys, it's Nikki. Welcome back to Forming New Habits. And if you're new here, hey, welcome. So happy to have you here with me today. So in today's video, you guys, I'm going to be sharing with you our debt overview for 2025. So last year, 2024, I was only focusing on my debt here on YouTube. But my husband and I have been on this debt-free journey together since then, paying on my debt and his debt, which is ours. You know, everything is our debt. But for the purposes of videos and YouTube, I was just documenting my portion because he wasn't really comfortable with sharing his at the time. But he is now on board with sharing his debt. So I decided for the new year, we are going to share with you guys our whole debt total, where we were and where we are now at the beginning of 2025. So yes, let's jump into it. All right, so where should I start? Okay, let's start with our overall debt that we had in 2024. So let me find that quickly. So I got this debt tracker here from the Budget Mom's website. This is a free resource on her page. So yeah, this is our overall debt for 2024. So this is not necessarily what we started with, but this is just the amount that we had. I would say by the first half of the year, we were at, actually, probably not. So what I did was I just added everything that we started with and everything that came later to this total, so that I know that in 2024 this is how much debt we had, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense, you guys. So we had $40,802.73 worth of debt in 2024. Some of the balances here, like for the credit card, Capital One, I just put the balance. Is it the balance? No, the limit. So I just put the limit instead of the actual amount, because it was pretty much close to the limit, and at one point it went over the limit a bit. So I just put the limit there for this credit card and for that credit card. And then this children's bill came a little bit later, or I forgot to add it at the beginning of the year, so I just added it later. The car payment is the only one that's not included in the total. This is separate, so I have a separate tracking sheet for the car. So yeah, all of these total up to $31,000, and then I added my husband's portion to it, so we got this number here. Right? I hope I'm making sense, you guys. So yeah, now you guys, we are down to 20,000. So from 40,000 in 2024 to the end of 2024, we are down to $20,216.55. Right, so I'm just gonna go over our overview. I filled it out already. Okay. Sorry guys, trying to get organized. All right. So I'm starting out with mine and then my husband's. So the first priority here, I also got this sheet from the Budget Mom's website. This is also free on her page. So first debt, which is we're starting from lowest to highest. I'm doing the snowball method again. So Quest is the first one, and the starting balance is $669.80. There's no interest and there's no minimum payments because this is in collections. So my plan is to save up to just pay it off, right? And then the second one is Capital One, and our starting balance for 2025 is $869.77. The interest rate is 30.74%, and the minimum payment is $37. But I go ahead and pay $50 on this a month. The third one is the baby's hospital bill for 2023. Our starting balance is $1,716.01 for 2025. There's no interest rate, but they do charge a $4.95 fee, and then the minimum payment is $63.67. Then the next one is my portion of the hospital bill. So we got a nice discount on this one. The starting balance in 2024, was $7,745, and now it's $4,802.19. So we got like almost a $3,000 discount there, which is really good. So they combine these two. So I believe that there won't be a fee here, because since it's combined, it's just going to be one payment. So I'm thinking I'm just paying this one fee right here. But $117 will be going towards this portion, right? And then the last one is my hospital bill from 2022. So this was for the birth of my daughter, and our starting balance in 2025 is $5,303.77. The interest rate is 7.26, and we pay $1,000 a month. This is not the minimum payment, but this is the amount that we wanted to pay. So yeah, I just put that number right there. And then now for my husband's. The first one is Maxland. I hope you guys can see. Okay, so the first one is Maxland, and the starting balance is $645.43. These are in collection, you guys, so there are no minimum payments and there's no interest. They're just sitting there right now, so we want to tackle some of the ones that are up front right now, and then we're gonna deal with these later. And then the next one is Fox Hill, which is $689, so no interest, no minimum payment. And then the third one, these are personal loans. Let me just show you guys the rest. So these three are personal loans, so these are not collections. We have loan one, which is $800. Last year we started at $2,300. So he's paid off 15,000. Like, my brain. 2,300 we started at. So he paid off 1,500 last year. So now we're at 800 this year, and no interest, no minimum payments. And then loan two, we started at $3,350 at the beginning of 2024, and now we're down to $1,980, right? And no interest, and we pay $300 a month. And the last one is loan three. We started with $2,740. We haven't made any payments on this one yet. and there's no interest and no minimum payments. So that is it for our US debt picture here. And like I said, all of these add up to $20,216.55. Right, and now for Canada, because I don't know if I mentioned earlier, I might have. We have debt in Canada and debt in the US, so I decided to separate them because of the currency difference. I don't want to confuse the numbers, so I separated it. So same thing, my half here from higher priority, I guess, higher priority to lower priority. So it's gonna be the lowest amount to the highest amount, if that makes sense. So my car loan in Canada, our starting balance in 2025 is $5,397.25. The interest is 10.99 and my minimum payment is $100. The next one is my government loan. Starting balance is $6,973. No interest for this one, and I'm paying $120 now. And then for my husband, we have a TD credit card, which is $1,657. No interest, no minimum payments. All of these are in collections, you guys. These are all in collections, which is good and bad. Good because we can negotiate and have the payments lowered a little bit, so that's the plus side. But yeah, it's probably not good that it's in collections. But yes, so the TD credit card, then we have another TD credit card, which is $1,695. Student loan, $4,806. And Fairstone, $7,791. And then he also had this one, the beginning of 2024. This was also one that was in collections, and he paid this off last year. So I believe it was about 3,000. It was in the 3,000 range. So we got a deal on it, and then he was able to pay that off. So that's what I mean by the plus of it being in collections. You get that little deal there. Right, so our total with all of these is $28,499.25. So that is how much we have currently in Canada, and this is in Canadian dollars, like I mentioned. And yes, I believe that is it, guys. So that's it for our US debt and our Canadian debt. And I'm gonna go ahead and focus more on the US ones and get those out of the way. We're almost done, and I am still working in our phases. So phase 1 is to pay off the US debt and the US debt. That was just in phase 1. So I'm gonna add my husband's US debt here to phase 1 to knock that out, and then phase 2 will be the Canadian debt. So I have a video, you guys, going over the phases and how I plan to tackle our debt in 2025. There's been a little bit of changes because at the time I didn't get the hospital bill yet for 2023, but I have it now. So we are gonna start paying towards this now, and then my husband's US debt in phase 1. So if you want to see the full breakdown, you can I'll link the video here so you guys can go and check that out. Right, that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.